You think you know how old you are, right? It's the number you write down on forms, the number of candles on your cake. But what if I told you that's only half the story? Today, we're diving into a totally revolutionary way to measure aging itself, something that goes way beyond your birthday. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if your birthday isn't your only age? It's a wild idea, and it points to this hidden biological clock that's ticking away inside every single one of us. An age that might actually matter a whole lot more for our health than the one we celebrate every year. So let's get into it. It all starts with this idea that we actually have two different ages. Okay, so on one hand, you've got your chronological age. Super simple, right? It's fixed, it goes up by one every year, no getting around it. But then there's your biological age. This is the real age of your cells, your tissues. And this one is flexible. It changes based on your health, your lifestyle, the real wear and tear on your body. And that gap between the two, that's where things get really, really interesting. So why do these two ages split apart? Well, the best way to understand it is with a powerful analogy. Thinking of our body as a computer, one with both hardware and software. Your DNA, that's the hardware. It's the blueprint, the machine you're born with. For the most part, it stays the same your whole life. It's got all the core instructions for building and running, well, you. But if your DNA is the hardware, then epigenetics, well, that's the software. It's this incredibly complex layer of instructions that sits on top of the DNA. It tells your genes when to power on, when to shut down, what to pay attention to. You know, it's the director of the entire ship. And this is the absolute key takeaway. More and more, scientists are seeing aging not just as random wear and tear, but as a loss of that epigenetic information. It's like your body's operating system just gets buggy over time. The hardware, the DNA, is still perfectly fine, but the body slowly forgets how to read its own instruction manual. And when that software gets corrupted, the consequences are very, very real. Genes get expressed when they shouldn't be. Our natural repair systems get weak. We see things like chronic inflammation pop up. And cells can even start to forget what they're supposed to be. A skin cell starts acting a little like a liver cell. It all flows from that one problem: information loss. Okay, so if aging is just a loss of information, the obvious next question is, can we measure it? For decades, that was the big missing piece of the puzzle. But now, finally, we have a tool that can. See, for almost 100 years, aging research kind of went down two separate roads. You had one group of scientists looking at lifestyle stuff, diet, caloric restriction, exercise. And then you had another group deep in the lab studying the nitty-gritty of epigenetics. They were two different worlds, until one huge breakthrough brought them crushing together. And that breakthrough was the epigenetic clock. A guy named Steve Horvath pioneered this in 2013, and it was a total game changer. Suddenly, aging wasn't this vague, mysterious force anymore. It became something you could actually put a number on, something you could measure, you could track, and maybe something you could even change. So we can measure our biological age. That's a massive leap forward for sure. But what does it actually mean for us in the real world? Why should you care about this clock? Well, the impact has been enormous. Scientists can now test a new therapy and see if it's actually making a difference at the molecular level. These clocks can spot if someone's aging faster than their peers, flagging hidden health risks years in advance. And people are even using them for themselves to see if that new diet or workout plan is truly working. It's an unbelievably powerful feedback tool. And this is a big but. Like any brand new technology, it's not perfect. It's really important to understand what these clocks can't do, at least not yet. The biggest thing to know is that most of these clocks are looking at one very specific process, something called DNA methylation. You can think of these as tiny little tags that get stuck to your DNA over time, kind of like on-off switches. Now, these tags are a fantastic marker for age, but they're not the whole epigenetic story. It's just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. And this leads us to the million-dollar question in the scientific community right now. Are these epigenetic changes that the clocks measure the actual cause of aging, or are they just a symptom, a reflection of damage happening somewhere else? It's a classic chicken or the egg problem, and researchers are working like crazy to figure it out. So, the takeaway here is that epigenetic clocks are a vital, revolutionary tool, no doubt about it. They've given us the first real draft of the map of aging. But it's not the final, complete map just yet. This science is literally evolving in real time, and honestly, that's what makes it so incredibly exciting to follow. And all of this leaves us with one last profound question. For the very first time in human history, we can put a number on aging. We can track it. We can see how our choices affect it. The question is no longer if we can understand aging. It's what on earth are we going to do with all this powerful new knowledge?